how is the sentiment towards brown people in North America now? क्योंकि यहाँ से तो सुन के बहुत खौफनाक लगता है, लेकिन वो तो हमेशा ही खौफनाक लगता था. नहीं, you hear people running people over. Well, the thing is, here's the problem with generalizing like that. There was one person that was run over by one other person. And are the sentiments different? Because ek zamane mein, the brand of racism you would get in Canada was passive. It was passive racism. At least in the urban centers, aapka GTA ho gaya, ya Toronto more specifically, Oakville वगैरह, simply because they couldn't afford to be openly racist. Because any given location, a bank, a store had like 15 different ethnicities at least. Right? You had your Koreans and your Japanese, you had your Pakistanis and your Indians and your Bangladeshis, and like they can't. I mean, this is kind of, it's a crude thing to say, but they can't tell the difference. We would be identifying each other कि आप तो पाकिस्तानी नहीं हो ना, वैसे आप तो Bangladeshi हो, and they'd be like, we're not this, you know what I mean? So there was just no room. So how is it now?
It's still very passive, I would say. I live in a very like urban city, so मुझे इतना feel नहीं होता है because Toronto, again, huge population, multicultural to the max. I think like literally melting pot. It's like a sasta, like a poor man's New York City, right?
It's a fruit salad. So I heard this distinction.
But udhar, are people like comfortable with desis in Toronto? I think US mein phir bhi masle hain, but Canada mein to itne desis hain ke
Toronto mein to for sure. A couple of weeks ago, me, Bashar, and one of his friends, we drove up north. Wahan pe ek dark sky observatory hai. You get to see the night sky and all that. Yeah. Very, very cool vibes. So wahan pe we decided to watch the sunset on one of the lakes there. So wahan pe it was like literally the middle of nowhere, and it's like a very nice opening clearing, and you can see the sun set into the horizon. Very nice vibes. Wahan pe we were just sitting there, like feet in the water and everything, and piche like puri Gori family, bacha or wagara, like they were just showering and like naha rahe the pani mein. So the mom comes up to us and she asks us, "Oh, are you guys from around here? Or are you from Toronto? Oh, very nice." Like it's just very inquisitive, and I was like, "Ye kuch bolegi?" Inclusive hone ke liye aur racist ho jayegi without knowing. But it was very chill. Okay. And then about 15 minutes later, like a van pulls up and usme se nikalte hain brown munde from Ludhiana.
Oh no.
And they were so loud and so obnoxious ke main Bashar the friend were like, yaar निकालो.
Yeah. That happens a lot, right? We feel like we need to get to them before the other people do, right? I didn't want to say white people, but एक मसला होता है ना, हमें ज़्यादा feel होता है कि यार तुम ज़्यादा obnoxious हो रहे हो. That's not our culture either. Those people are ostracized in Karachi also.
For sure.
Those people you don't like in Hyderabad either. You don't like them anywhere.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So वहाँ पे जो है ये
Kazi, what you were saying about the passiveness, the passive racism. I've started a corporate job, and I'm always in contact with customers, and I'm always talking to people. Like that's my job. Like it's like glorified call center basically, right? So I'm talking to customers, and usually because I can, whenever they call in, I can see their whole profile. I can see age, kya, demographic, kya, kahan rehte hain, whatever, how long they've been a customer with us, everything. So usually people who are 75 and above, like I introduce myself, "Hi, my name is Nazar." And they're like, "Oh, what was that again? Nazar? Oh, it's so interesting that people are like now working with like really, really unique names. Like I've never heard that name from Nazar. Where is that from?" I'm like, "Oh, it's like probably Arabic."
Bro, मेरी बात सुनो.
So like that's the brand that I get.
ऊपर से आते ही बोलते Hebrew नाम है. Nazareth. Hebrew नाम है.
Facts. That's facts.
No, but that happens to my wife because she works like in a retail-esque situation. तो उसमें अब उनका मसला ये है, her handicap is कि वो बहुत गोरी हैं. So what she gets is, where are you from? पहली बात तो everyone has to ask. And then the second thing is, अच्छा, you don't look Pakistani. Everyone says this. And she's like, what do Pakistanis look like?
मैं कल आगा जूस गया. My wife is also gori and she does not look Pakistani.
Yeah.
I was sitting and we were sharing a kulfi. We're young. So people don't, people are like, ye to dead guy for sure. Inka to koi scene nahi hai. At the same time, like I would look at guys who were looking at me and were like, "Yeah,
nice bro."
And I was telling my wife this. I was like, people think that I am out. Like मैंने कोई गोरी को जो ना naturalized desi कर दिया है,
Yeah.
and like people are very proud right now around us.